Hey y'all, it's Loren LoRosa from The Breakfast Club. Sorry to interrupt, but y'all know how I do. So I'm here to talk about Top Dog Law. Y'all hear Top Dog Law all over your radio, and I know by now that if you want top dollar, you should also know this. You gotta call Top Dog Law if it's about your car accident. Don't let these little family lawyers finesse you into a little check. Shouldn't nothing be little this season. Remember, for any serious accident, injury case, Top Dog Law gets you top dollar. So make sure you call today to find out what your car accident, your slip and fall, or your construction accident case could really be worth. And calling Top Dog Law is completely free also. It's free for a consultation. Call Top Dog Law today to see if your case is eligible for compensation with no money down. So make sure y'all go holla at my dogs, no pun intended, over at Top Dog Law. That's Top Dog Law on Instagram and topdoglaw.com. Now, let's get back to The Breakfast Club.
Wake that ass up
early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Okay, so this news is actually breaking right now. Shout out to Baller Alert, who was the first outlet that we saw actually posted it. But last night, R. Kelly's team filed an emergency filing. I received the filing a little bit after midnight. So I believe that's why it's breaking right now, is because outlets are waking up. So in the emergency filing, they allege that R. Kelly was giving an additional dose of medication by prison staff. And they're alleging that because of that additional medication that he was instructed to take and that he actually took, he suffered a overdose. So they say that R. Kelly woke up allegedly on June 13th and he felt faint. He was dizzy. He started to see black spots. He got up and he fell. He crawled to the door of the cell and he lost consciousness then. At that point, he was placed on a gurney. He was taken by ambulance to a nearby hospital because they tried to take him to the hospital inside of or associated with the facility that he's in, but they couldn't help him, so they took him to an outside hospital. In that outside hospital, on the way to the outside hospital, his team alleges that it was overheard someone in the ambulance from the hospital say, this is going to open a whole new can of worms. R. Kelly's legal team then alleges that once he got to the hospital, it was then revealed that he had been giving an overdose quantity of medicine. He was in the hospital for some days, and this was within 2 days of that original filing where his legal team is alleging that prison officials are trying to take him out of here. Now they say in addition to this incident, this overdose, right, they're also pointing to the fact that R. Kelly allegedly has been asking for months to get some medical attention to a swollen leg. R. Kelly's legal team says that once he was taken to the hospital for this overdose situation, R. Kelly brought up the swollen leg, and they allege that doctors there then took a look at the swollen leg and they found blood clots in R. Kelly's right leg, allegedly, in his left leg, and his lungs, allegedly. And R. Kelly's legal team is saying that R. Kelly was then told he should stay 7 days in that hospital for surgery, and then it would be an additional 2 weeks because of whatever care they were going to need to give him. But his legal team alleges that once the prison was contacted, R. Kelly was then removed against his will by guards from the prison and was not allowed to be treated. And they are saying that basically this could kill him because of the blood clots and the care that they are alleging he is not receiving. Now, they do say that all of this can be proven. They say that the things with him getting to solitary confinement and taking that additional medicine allegedly will be on prison cameras. They say on prison cameras you will see R. Kelly arrive to solitary confinement. When you arrive there, because he takes medicines already for anxiety and sleep and other things, you have to show your medicine to guards, which they say is on camera. And then they say you will see the additional medicine being brought to R. Kelly on camera as well. And that the stuff at the hospital with the clots and not being treated, all of those accusations, they say can also be proven via hospital records. So they filed this emergency motion trying to bring light to this, to the same court that they are saying, hey, all this other stuff is happening. We're telling you he needs to be released because it is not
But
safe.
why does R. Kelly and his team feel like the feds are trying to kill him? Because he's not coming out until what, December 21st, 2045. He received 30 years in federal prison. So why does he think they're killing him? What does R. Kelly know that makes the feds want to kill him?
So according to R. Kelly's legal team in the first filing, and they reiterated in this one, that whole plot to uncover the fact that there were things that were done wrong when it came to, remember I talked about like the flipping of the witnesses and all these things that they're alleging happened. Basically, they're saying the government and the prison officials have been covering up the fact that they did whatever they needed to do to convict R. Kelly allegedly. And his new legal team, in trying to file for other things, discovered that and brought it in, planned to bring it to light, and they found out. So this is all a way to cover that up. That is what R. Kelly's team is alleging. Is
it just me, or wasn't there a videotape of R. Kelly having sex with an underage girl? Did we not? They're not arguing that did not happen, right? What they're arguing is that when Azriel Clary, who was one of the major witnesses in R. Kelly's cases, and there's another woman who was also another witness in the Chicago case, that the way that they came about being those star witnesses was illegal. That's what R. Kelly's team is alleging. Like, they used an informant to flip these women who were not going to be witnesses. They used emails and phone calls from R. Kelly allegedly to another woman to then they gave it to this informant. The informant goes to these, ex-girlfriends or whatever they were at the time of R. Kelly's, and gets them upset and makes them want to testify, and that is illegal. But R. Kelly's team does know that they were selling them R. Kelly porn tapes like the Nintendo Switch 2, like crazy outside of clubs back in the day.
R. Kelly's
all over the place on Canal Street and like crazy. Like, we all seen the tape.
Trying to figure out why he wasn't.
It was illegal to see the tape, but mad people seen the tape.
R. Kelly's legal team knows everything we know because we all watched that case play out in public, and not public, but like we followed it, and they have still filed this, and they also point to the fact that the government called the first filing, because remember I was like, yo, this is like a movie. They're saying that this man inside is supposed to take him out, and they're like, people call this theatrics and a fantasy, but here is something that we can prove via hospital records and jail video allegedly. So so that is what's happening right now with R. Kelly, and the news is breaking literally right now. So
now, I just have one last question. What's the probability that because of all this that they will get R. Kelly out early? Because his date is December 21st, I think, 2045.
I'm not a judge. I can't answer that. But I mean, if they can prove something like this with videos and things of that nature, a judge would have to consider some sort of like safety something, because he's locked up and he's going to do his time. But like, you can't, if this is actually happening, which it's very far fetched, but if it is actually happening, you do have to have a conversation about like safety and the way he's being treated.
Right.
But he's not going to come home.
No.
I don't know what will happen, but there will have to be like, you can't ignore it is what I'm saying. So I don't know what will happen, but obviously you won't be able to ignore something like this if it is proven to be true.
No, he's not going to come home. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm just telling y'all what just happened and what I got in my email.
Pedophile sign in front of his yard would be, oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Oh, like how you have to let the people know in the community.
Yeah, you got to put sign. Wow, his sign would be crazy.
Yeah,
he got to get his own block. Get his own community.
He'd be banned from McDonald's.
Yeah, all of that. Especially the Playhouse ones.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. And comedian Arce J will be joining us. It's the Breakfast Club. What's that? Oh, and also, Charlamagne is out today. So if you want to give somebody Donkey of the Day, you can get on them phone lines right now. 800-585-1051. Whoever it is, it could be your boss, your coworker, your neighbor, somebody you seen on the street. It could be us. It could be the president. It could be your congressman. It doesn't matter who it is. 800-585-1051. Give whoever you want Donkey of the Day. Call us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.